And welcome to Let's Play Yoshi's Woolly World, successor to Kirby's Epic Yarn, another excellent game. But this is actually a standalone adventure with no relation to that other than taking the art style and turning it up to 19! Yeah, it's one of those undeniable charm games full of cute moments and creative visuals. I love this art style. I'm not personally a fan of the way that they come off. Why is that? Well, it presents you with the hardest decision of your life right away. These file icons are not mere product placement peanuts. No, they are not. The save file you choose is your starter Yoshi. The other two colors that you don't select must be unlocked at a later time. If you share a system with a sibling, first come, first serve, you snooze, you lose, get in your pick first, and all that jazz. Meant for more experienced players, and because there always has to be one, the designated you suck feature of this Nintendo platformer is Mellow Mode. It makes the game a little breezier and relaxed. I'm gonna go with A, and we also have Patient and Hasty. I'm gonna go into what that means a little bit later, but I've never waited for anything in my life without complaining, so I'm going with Hasty. You know how I am. Sorry to drop in so suddenly, but I need to turn you all into yarn. Thanks. Ha! Joke's on you, I'm already made out of... Oh. At this rate, I'll be here through lunch. Come on, I'm busy. Everyone becomes yarn! And so, another grand Yoshi adventure begins. Will they be able to knit their friends back together? Onward, Yoshis. Kamek just skinned them all alive. That is what happened here. This art style is totally the way it is to preserve the E rating, so this is not the M-rated extreme version of Yoshi. Well, with circle, but we'll get into those a little bit later. For now, we're just gonna spring into action. The first pun I didn't make, nor the second, had nothing to do with fabric, and, you know, you'd kind of expect it to have to do a lot with fabric because it gives me a lot of material to work with. Heard that one before? Okay, I'm sorry. It's not what we're... Whoopee! Look, a whole Miiverse stamp just for me! Aha! It was inside of another sunflower the entire time! It makes sense on a reproduction level, even if Yoshi's anatomy does not. We'll rush toward this. The stage is too challenging, 2,000 beads will skip the level. But of course, only in Mellow Mode. And we prove that we've been collecting the skins of our dead friends this entire time and performing seances to bring them back to life because we have brought back Flower Yoshi. Am I inside Yoshi's hut? That sounds really creepy now that I say it in that particular way. Please discard that. Inside the Yoshi hut is a nice, convenient... I'm excited to bounce about these woods. Got some springiness right off the bat. And I see 2 eggs right there. I don't even see them as human beings. I see them as eggs for my own ends. I see them as sweet, caloric nutrients for me to reproduce so that I may murder more of them by throwing my unborn children at them! That's some hardcore stuff right there. Never even mind the art style masking Yoshi's sinister, world right here. Alright, so we're gonna bounce around a little bit more. Umbrella Yoshi! The umbrella is made of flesh. You press A to catch breezes. I wonder if dirt and yarn have similar nutritional value. Adding that to the list of questions nobody else has ever asked in the history of time. This result screen that's about to unravel, it's somebody's stolen pants. Seriously, they are jean shorts pinned to the wall right there with the studs that are used to hold the pockets in place. It's a belt loop and 2 pant legs. It is somebody's stolen pants that the Yoshis repurposed for their result screen. Piranha Plant sleeping. No, he's not! He's going on a... well, not really so much a rampage as it is just shouting at you to get off his lawn and that I'd be in so much trouble if I had legs or if I was in Smash Brothers. His day will come. It certainly will. Yeah, so the reason why I think this is so weird is that, like it said, you have to hit the enemies with an egg one time to make them appear here. I guess it's like they say, offspring has more archival prowess than boots. Is that what they say? I really don't know. Over and over again. Doesn't always seem to pan out. Ground pound? And I trust those designers. They never oppressed me. They always made sure to put something at the end of a bottomless pit whenever there's a collectible in it, except in Donkey Kong Country. And I jumped down many pits not knowing that you could roll in that one. Yeah. I didn't read manuals, okay? It's kind of a weird history. Alright. The eggs are giant before they're laid, so the only logical conclusion to come to is that that badge makes our saliva capable of making things giant. There's a new superpower I don't think Hollywood's tried yet. Little bow, I'm gonna untie you. Ground pound on his... I don't want to know why you have a band-aid on your butt, and I do not want to be the one who with the duty of removing that. Duty? I made it kind of funny without meaning to right there. This background is very pretty. It's gonna bounce. Oh. Pound his ass! Thank you. Sheep! Sheep! Oh. Well, that's okay then. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy! Welcome back to more Bootsy and Yoshi's Woolly World. Oh god, that's how I sound when I talk to animals. Last time, I guess the 3DS couldn't handle 3 dimensions of depth. It's okay, I understand. We're gonna switch over to Mellow Mode. Hiding deep in the Yoshi hut is another new feature. Why is it hiding there? Because it should have been in all versions. The ability to craft one's own Yoshi that is given alongside this Yoshi. And as you would guess, based on the portable nature of the system, Street Pass Yoshi. You know me, I love me some Street Pass. It will never die because I won't let it. It's possible to share one's own creations and save them to your system if you really like it. Or if some artists drop little naughty bits onto Yoshi that he does not canonically have, you can block those users for defying canon. I should mention that the patches for unlocking Miiverse stamps are absent from this version and have been replaced with templates for creating your own Yoshi. Far superior. But I'm still not gonna get them all. Even if this rainbow-colored Yoshi is pretty styling. Poochie is a cannibal, for he is also made of yarn. What did Poochie do with the yarn balls? He went to go get them. He didn't go get them. He threw them. These trivia questions. In the opening cutscene, they went to the trouble of reanimating it to match the new visual style and the general look of the overworld. And it shows Red Yoshi escaping from Kamek alongside Green Yoshi. To anybody who had knowledge of the Wii U version at all, it would look like, oh, there is multiplayer, I just don't know where to find it. And you just spend a while kind of fumbling around in the menus trying to find where to enable it while your friend is just kind of tapping their foot because they're like, come on, I thought you said we were going to do something fun. And before you know it, they're spreading rumors around school about the loser who thought the 3DS version of the game had multiplayer. And then, before you know it, you have no friends left. It's all this game's fault. I don't know who I'm going to be playing as, but when I concentrate really hard, I see it. Shulk Yoshi! There are lots of third and second party. It's a really nice touch. You can kind of decorate the level itself to your liking, adding to the customization on top of everything else that we've seen. Wow, Shulk Yoshi, using the auto speed on that tongue, aren't you? That's record time for eating the ground. Hit you? Moo Yoshi, you will be the salvation we need but do not deserve. Fall into a pit, no problem. I think that'll be the badge that we use. Just because everything's free, so why not? By the power of calcium! You are... not a flower. Calcium sucks. This adorable little sprout thought that it was going to hang on all their nutrients for itself. This cow is making me more southern by the second. You turn it into a little butterfly. And before the gas runs out, no. Well, actually, yes. Yeah. Look at that. This is what fall into a pit no problem is like, and you can do it as often as you want. Just boing. There is a reason why it's by far the most expensive batch. Alright, here, new enemies. Bomb guys. Just by the fact that they are holding something makes them have an entirely original name. It is the Shigeru Miyamoto school of enemy design. Murderer! Murderer! How do you like that? I killed you so spectacularly that I blew up your house to destroy you. That is what we do to murderers in this country. Cannibals, though, those are fine. No, I do it every day, you know? Just kind of eating other yarn-made objects for this. Okay, the wheels on Yoshi's feet when he's running look really good with the Sonic thing, though, because it's like when Sonic's running at top speeds in his games. That's really nice, actually. Look at this guy and his bombs. How he's just willing to put the lives of all these people on the line and be that dangerous. It's always the quiet ones, I tell you. They're called Shy Guys, but I don't know, man. I think there's a reason why they're so introverted, you know? You can't trust them. Us nerdy introverts, you know, you can't be too careful with us. You really can't. Oh, wait. Over here. Not my problem. There. Roasted those berries on that bush for any random passerby who wants a good meal. Oh! Mega Yoshi! Nothing can stop a Mega Yoshi! Press B for a tail swipe. Boom! So much more satisfying than any other invincibility power-up. Now you see how hairy I truly am. Those were hook guys, the ones with the crocheting needles. Little did they know, technology would destroy them, for those are the tools that caused me into being. Let's do this. Different look and feel to how Yoshi himself is. It's also good and such good attention to detail, and I love this so much. Gonna not shove a propeller up my ass, but have a propeller for an ass. Sonic looks like he's really having some trouble right there. What was Poochie thinking? That soccer is fun? That he wants to play? That he loves balls! Deadly, where we blew up a forest to blow up the people that were blowing up the forest. So we just kind of overcomplicated things and became a middleman. Smart business venture. I'll show you what I mean. Down here we got Cheeps. They are but lowly platforms for our sneakers to rest upon as we go across the water. But the rest is short-lived because... Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna hit that. Normally you hit them with Moto Yoshi! Defy enemies and gravity with Yoshi's blinding speed. Oh, and jump with A, of course. It leaves out the most important feature. Look at this. By pressing B, you can honk his nose. You ever have somebody with just a big ol' round nose and you want to honk it so badly, but you don't want to ask them if that's allowed because you're afraid of them taking it as an insult? No, just me? Okay, well, you can live out your fantasies now because Yoshi has a very round and by extension very honkable nose. I love it. A little bit too much fun here. You guarding an egg basket very poorly. How shameful for you that you can only do up and down movement. I'll leave you in that purgatory for the rest of your days. At least as long as you exist within the RAM before you get overwritten for something else. Most likely an inanimate object, possibly one of these yarn balls. That's an even sadder existence in the purgatory. Hit those really, really fast, getting some stamps and some freebies. His name was already Bert, so his castle is aptly named. Fear him! Bert the Bashful! And his pants are pretty low. One more hit and we're gonna be raising the age rating of this game. Oh my god, he's a girl? I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I like how he's like a mostly inflated volleyball, but that looks really wrong. So this boss reminds me of a story of something really weird that happened to me when I was younger. I swear that this is not going to be really... Well, it is going to be a little naughty, but I swear it's not as bad as it sounds. On a message board, I saw a guy one time who was bragging about being suspended from school for beating up another kid who made fun of him for playing Animal Crossing. Yeah, I know, Animal Crossing. The most innocent, nice game there is. And he beat somebody up over making fun of him for not playing that, was bragging about it to other Animal Crossing players. He's telling this big ol' long story about everything he did to this kid as if it was something worth bragging about. And at the very end of the story, he has one of the most glorious typos I've ever seen. He said, "And to top it all off, I gave him a good lick in the balls." And there was no edit button because this was early 2000s and forums weren't really that far along yet, so everybody was making fun of it. He's like, no, kick, I meant to say kick. And he was trying in vain to protect himself, but he was just bringing upon himself so badly because he thought this was something that was doing good in the world and was worth bragging about. That the Yoshi melon is a cannibal on two fronts at the same time, for he is both eating other yarn people and also consuming many watermelons in this level. I like you. You're such a renegade. You were the perfect choice for this level on multiple fronts. Just like how that badge was the best choice on multiple fronts. That it would be. There's the cheap damage of the level, because we can't go one without that. Timing two things at once ain't easy. Give me seed. Oh, you can't collect spools of yarn specifically with these. I missed a spool of yarn, and I just realized this now, and I only have myself to blame for not looking in the upper left corner, and instead gawking at the waterfalls in the background, and the clever ideas of using straw for umbrellas on a beach, and so many other things that are really, really cool. Oh my god. Please, platform. My thumb is cramping from having to press this A button so much. Unlimited eggs because we're supposed to use them. That makes sense. Now I'm gonna machine gun you all down with my face. Because we're just that hardcore. Look at this. I'm cannibalizing one thing while killing another one of my own kind. I'll take 2 eggs. People say. Oh! Oh, that's dirty. I guess with all this water, you could say it's dirty pool. That's so easy. How did I miss that? Gee, at least Nintendo of America's politically correct with the fact that, you know, they never gave us a deluxe white Wii U. So by default, any sort of black Wii U has to be a deluxe system. Felt so wrong not having a white version of a Nintendo system after how iconic that had become after the DS era. And then if you're like me, you imported European Wii U to record some videos, and you get a white one because you think it'll be nice finally having a white gamepad, and then you find out, whoop, it's region locked, because it's gotta be accounting for PAL video and be consistent with the TV. Moving on to World 2, though. 2 doors right there, one of them hidden. Who could have seen it coming that the hidden one was going to have a better item behind it? Piranha Plant, hello. Just take you out, don't even need to hit you twice. The watermelon is mightier than the offspring. Learning a lot of things are mightier than offspring. I don't get a new Yoshi friend to help me get this last little spool of yarn because he's still individual organs. Being very dark here with these Yoshi concepts. Okay, I'm gonna go get myself a new friend that I had to buy for $12.99 plus shipping and handling. Nintendo, thinking of us nerdy types. The Cosmo Queen herself, Rosalina Yoshi. Okay. Things aren't so bad, I got it. Just so long as I keep him in my mouth, he will not be able to screw me. There's your out of context quote for the day. Thank you. No, my friend. No, you're gonna go up this way. After all, I want to support you with every fiber of my being. Just gonna go. Oh, whoa! You saved me. You saved my life at the last second. You dashed in front of that. I will never forget such a heroic deed from such a normally horrific-looking guy. Come on, nothing up there? Okay, just making sure. This leather's kind of a new material. We haven't really seen it yet. It's all sewn together on the edges. And, alright, Tui Piranha. I say Fooey Piranha to you. Just generally a good idea to save checkpoints if you can. I guess you could say it's how I roll. Even though I don't want him rolling right now, I want him to jump up here. And very castle-like, beyond just the color scheme. That Koopa shell will bank back and forth for eternity, never knowing anything else in its entire pitiful, meaningless existence. Oh, bank shot! Ooh. I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, poker face. No. I am so scared to go down there right now. So scared. All right, we just got to do it. Thank you. Now, gone, and we got what we came for. No! Are you actually? All right, I guess I'm running another lap, coach. No, it's kind of a big deal. I'm just saying. I'm very envious of you, boy. Can't let that slide, you know. Now I actually do want to pound you. Said I didn't like him, okay? Oh. Save me, minions! A volcano. I don't know, I feel pretty good about that. How about you? There it is! The low path must be taken! And I don't know why I suddenly sound French, but it's kind of in my blood. Half of it at least. Oh, he delivered the skin of my dead friend. It's okay, Poochie doesn't have to know where it's been. In fact, I bet it tastes meaty to him. I'm sure he liked it. That's kind of cool how there's just like, this is like a desert that has little knitting supplies. Yoshi. Wow, the irony of this, of Yoshi being dressed like Mario while he leads his noble steed to die in a bottomless pit of instant death is, beautiful to say the least. I just was about to make the comparison to Mario. Oh, he jumped up after us as we walked off screen! And he's still there! Poochie! I want you to know that... Oh my god. Mario doing this to Yoshi was retribution for Poochie. The entire Yoshi franchise is a prequel to Super Mario Brothers. This is before Mario's even gone on one adventure. Little did we know, Yoshi did this to his own animal friend years prior, and it was just passed down to the next generation. And Mario was just getting back at him. Mario was no sociopath. Mario was just making things right. Oh gosh. Okay, I'll stop with the theorizing business and let's just keep going. I'm gonna hit it. Oh, Poochie, you survived! I bet it was a very interesting story that we will never get to know because you can't talk, you're a dog. Onward! Mush! Poochie! Come back. Come here. Good doggy. I let you lick my nose. It's like honking it, but wetter. Come back. Come on. I want to jump off of you at just the right time so I can get the hoop. So I want you to finish the stage with— almost had the flower even when it wasn't under my control. This way. Thought it was far better doing it like so. Oh god, oh god. Barely made it. I'm very singed because of the material that I'm made out of. Okay, up, go, go. Poochie is dancing. He's like my cheer squad. He's like, come on, master. I know you can do it. I believe in you. You're the best. Oh, I'm so glad I have some health here. Something already, because he follows you onto the pause menu. Why is Yarn Poochie just the best character ever? As I didn't particularly like Poochie as a kid when I was playing, you know, different games in the various, like, when I was playing different games, but Yarn Poochie is just perfection. You think we're so cute? Yeah, well, I got news for you. We're cool. Away! I'm riding this hog or dog. Okay, fine. Poochie, you're on blarg duty. Poochie, you did a horrible job on blarg duty. Crap, let's try that again. Attempt at looking cool number 2. Go. Pose to me. Yeah, definitely. Poochie! Wow, what you, lacked before, you made up for in spades. Hopefully you didn't make up for it in neuters. Okay, I'm sorry I ever said that. Here we go! Oh, missed the bonus, but I still got the extra time, so it's no yarn off of my nose. Flame Yoshi! You know he's extra flaming because the fires are on his crotch! I'm kind of glad that even though the... Ha! Right in the kisser! You know, because it's his mouth, and it kisses. I don't actually know what right in the kisser is referring to, so maybe that's actually not a pun and just what it's supposed to be. Okay. Give me that. It's nice how these platforms do permanently stick onto it. Adds a bit more intrigue to it, I would say. Yes, I'm a bit of a Yoshi snob. Yeah, something very worth being snobby about. Come on. Yes! Now get on! Yeah! I escaped! I'm a successful little grave robber. Yes, I am! Oh, man. So glad I enlisted Mega Man's help to deal with Pharaoh Man. Now we're outside of the pyramid. You can see it's just one giant structure. The whole level's just inside the pyramid, and it shows it on the other side, too. And that gives us not even remotely all the Meaver stamps, but who cares? Not I, not you, not even Nintendo. Even though I've made that joke already. I just feel very triumphant getting out of there. For even a short time, but... ah well, alas, it was not meant to be. I accept my fate. I accept my life of mediocrity by having pink hearts instead of gold ones. I guess it was too rich for my blood. Shy Guy, thank you. I appreciate your services to my cause with your body. I'm just... okay. It's me, so some of the puns and innuendos have been intentional, yet a lot of them have not been. That one was not, and it's starting to scare me a little bit that the puns and especially the innuendos seem to just be taking over my body, where they're bleeding out of my consciousness into my subconsciousness and just happening out of my control, because I'm giving mudslingers a lot of out of context stuff to work with if they want to ruin my reputation. I'm just saying. Oh! I realized 1 second too late that I had made a terrible mistake, but I didn't suffer for my consequences, so I will learn nothing from the experience. Hooray! Oh god. I am back in square one. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. You, mister, you march right back up there, and you scold that dog for lighting other people on fire. Even though it's only lit you on fire, you can make up more instances just to make him look worse in court. That's what you do. Thank you. Okay. Bunsen the Yoshi. Bunsen the Yoshi. Had a feeling. Huh. I can't help but feel like this has some relation to something I'm forgetting about, but... nah, must not have been very important. Anyway, that is World 2 down. Oh, Bunsen the hot dog. And there that is. Shy Guy, you're taking up too much room. Sorry. These 2 squares ain't big enough for the 2 of us, even if they just barely are. We ain't gonna acknowledge the basic human logic like they don't in old westerns. I always thought that was really funny, that they always said the town's not big enough for the 2 of them, and I'm like, what are you talking about? There's like tons of square footage here. Yeah, if I lived in times of the West, I would have totally gotten shot. Like, within 2 seconds of opening my mouth! Acknowledge it, but jumping out of this cannon, pew, is so satisfying, especially the swirling vortex of alternate dimensions that's coming out of my ass while I do it. No! It's okay. I was just shouting out all the Mario 64 speedrunners in the audience by bonking my head and dying. Yeah, can't forget about those people. Back up, back up, back up, back up. Let me lick you. Back up. Back up, I said. Thank you. We are now officially farther than I've ever gotten, and it's nuts because I don't even remember this part being particularly hard. No! These hidden bonus stages are frustrating. And I don't mean that they're bad. I mean that they're frustrating because they do give reasonable challenge, which occasionally is more frustrating than unreasonable challenge because it makes you mad that it's kind of your own fault. I won't lie. There are times where it feels good to be salty, and there are times where it feels better to, be able to blame the game as opposed to blaming your own skill level. It happens. It really does, from time to time. Now, oh god, no! I'm not proud of it, but I do think that everyone's got a day or two like that every once in a while when they're just mad. Now, oh, this was a bad choice. Hello? Harto. I don't even know how that happened. Playing in the background that could actually loop for hours and I would not get sick of it. I have listened to the song for very long periods of time before, and I don't regret it. And with such a catchy tune playing in the background, they knew what they were doing to get us keep playing these really hard stages as long as it took us to get it right. They were clever enough to know that, you know, we gotta be bopping our heads along to some really great music while we're suffering, and that's just the way that you do things in this kind of game. Dare I say that they were very crafty with that design choice, yes. Let's keep the eggs coming. It's like I'm at an all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet, except it's with my own children. And I don't mean that they're eating with me. You know how this world works. Thank you. Poochie. Good boy, come here. Good boy. Oh, he's barking because he can't reach the collectible, but he wants me to get it. Oh, that's really cute. He died for my collectibles. I could not ask for a better dog. Okay, no, I'd rather have the dog. Oh, did they not insta-kill? I thought they were Crush. Okay, never mind. I guess maybe the kid gloves get to stay on because we have not outgrown them quite yet. They still fit us quite nicely. Poochie, I like you a lot. Hitting those with an egg will deploy them. Dumb AI is kind of the running joke with Poochie and why a lot of people don't like stages that force use of him. And I think maybe that's why I never really gave him much of a chance before. Because I just assumed him to be that way, but no, he's great. He has been bailing my ass out of prison so many times. Now, Yoshi could not ask for better protection from the IRS. And it looks like we're going to be speeding through this place because no place is safe from the wrath of these cookies. They smile into your soul. Okay. Hit you. Don't hit that. Thank you. But in Japan and Europe, wasn't gonna just say in Japan, it was about 6 or 7 months before the release. In America, it was 11 months. Alright, so I understand game localization is hard work, and there's no 100% perfect complaint-free way of doing it. But this is Yoshi's Woolly World! There's no way that this had any good localization reason to come out so much later over here. I mean, I appreciate the work the man does, though, so I'm not trying to discredit his work here, but it was out to silence me before I spoke sin against the man himself, but I was going to say that assuming Nintendo of Europe did the localization that they got, one member of Treehouse could have localized this game on their laptop during one trip to the toilet. Seriously, change Wii U to Wii U Deluxe and change the one mention of trousers to pants. There you go, localization finished. Yet, it took so much longer than you would think. My only personal theory for why this was is there were really bad amiibo shortages in North America where it was clear they didn't anticipate how successful they were going to be. Maybe that had something to do with it, trying to make sure there wouldn't be an amiibo shortage that time around. I just found it so random that it took that long to come out over here, and my first experience was actually having to buy a European Wii U to test something for a video that I couldn't find proof of online. And Yoshi's Woolly World was just coming out around that time, so I bought a European copy and played it months early, which is a pretty memorable experience. I remember just playing the heck out of it for the first night that I had it because it was such a special thing, and it was in English. There was nothing I couldn't understand. I really wanted to talk about it because it's one of the most baffling differences in release dates that I've ever seen, and I don't mean to come off whiny or spoiled or entitled, because, I mean, Nintendo of America's pretty good to us most of the time. You know, except for taking 3 years longer than Europe and Australia to release New Play Control Pikmin 2, even though it was already in English, and making it the last game Nintendo ever published for the Wii. And taking 8 months longer than Europe to release Xenoblade Chronicles, even though it was already in English, and then only releasing it exclusively at GameStop and only printing the game once, causing it to sell for over $100 secondhand for years. Then after all those years, taking 8 months longer than Europe to release Xenoblade Chronicles in the eShop, even though it was already in English, natively compatible with the hardware, and the publishing rights are solely owned by Nintendo, so it would only require one employee uploading a file. Taking 3 months longer than the rest of the world to release Professor Layton and the Ozran Legacy in North America, even though it was already in English. Never releasing the sequel to Hotel Dusk in North America, even though it was already in English. Never releasing the sequel to Trace Memory in North America, even though it was already in English. Never releasing Tingle's Rosy Rupee Land in North America, even though it was already in English. Never releasing Disaster Day of Crisis in North America, even though it was already in English and shown off at an E3. Never releasing Pokemon Typing Adventure in North America, even though it was already in English and topped the sales charts in the other regions. Taking a week longer than everyone else to release the Pokemon Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire demo, even though it was already in English, released everywhere else in a finished state and exclusive to the eShop, meaning it would have only taken one employee uploading a 250 megabyte file to do. Making North America the only region in the world to not get a physical release of Fatal Frame Maiden in the Black Water. Making North America the only region in the world to not get Bayonetta Switch Collector's Edition. Only making a few hundred Hyrule Warriors special editions for North America and only selling them in one store in New York City, even though they were available normally everywhere else. Giving us the worst special edition of Samus Returns. Making our release of the Xenoblade Chronicles X soundtrack only contain 10 out of the 55 songs in the game on a flash drive containing DRM that prevents copying the music to anything else and only allows it to play on Windows when everyone else got all 55 tracks on a normal CD, making it so that North America is the only region in the world to have retailer-exclusive amiibo, and even making some of them exclusive to Amazon where you can't see them in person before you buy and ship them in bubble mailer so you get your boxes smashed in, making North America the only region where you can't buy amiibo directly to Nintendo to remedy retailer shortages, making it so you need to buy a bundle to obtain the amiibo of Duck Hunt, Mr. Game & Watch, Mii Fighters, Reese, Cyrus, KK, Callie, Marie, Toon Link, Toon Zelda, Alm, Celica, Samus, and Metroid, even though you can buy them standalone everywhere else, only launching the XL version of the new 3DS in North America and waiting 7 months after the rest of the world to give us the customizable version, and only releasing it through a limited edition bundle, releasing the Hello Kitty amiibo cards everywhere but North America, even though we have at least one game where they unlock exclusive content, causing them to sell secondhand for $80+, and all of our Club Nintendo rewards being printed on paper or digital downloads compared to the cool stuff everyone else got. But, you know, aside from all those cherry-picked instances, they're pretty good to us. Okay, every territory has its problems. I felt bad for Europe, Australia, and even rarely Japan as well for certain things, so yeah, it's not just us. That was a new enemy, the Perler Bead version of the Rough and Tumbles. They're pretty sweet. They're just as bouncy as their higher resolution counterparts. See, you always want to rag on people for not being as high resolution as their cousins over on the other game system, but let me tell you, that's racist. They do just as good of a job as they would have otherwise. Don't even think about them like that. Don't think of me as a resolution, think of me who I am. Yeah, I don't know. Come on, this isn't even supposed to be hard. Earth, I see you smiling at me as I keep failing all the time. Suddenly my entire life makes sense. Earth, you are always there whenever I fail at anything. You are always the thing that Piranha Plant is growing out of. When this kid grows up, he wants to be an astronaut. Just a hunch. I'm just gonna come out and say this because it's been on my mind. The Fluff and Tumbles look like a variety of Angry Bird. They really do. They look like they're built for destruction and that they'd fit well into the level design in that series where you'd have a bird that just kind of rolls along the ground like a wrecking ball or something. In case you're wondering what the alternate pathway beyond... And we have sort of new enemies. Those are... You're never gonna believe this, man. I've been telling you that Yoshi enemies have really hilarious names, and we're about to see that tenfold. Get it? Because everything's made out of fabric. This guy right here. His name is Wall-Lakitu. That amount of creativity is so funny. Ah ha 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 ha. Give me that. Wow, somebody made a house out of a sweater. Wait. I was so distracted by the ass man that I didn't even realize it. There it is. On to section number 2. Thank ya! I greatly appreciate ya. I'm just out to do all of my accents today. Yes, I am. I like doing my accents. For some reason, Yoshi brings it out in me. Yar. That's not a pirate. I'm sure pirates lived in whatever country that's supposed to be. I don't even know. Oh, whoa. Moving shadows? Giving you hackers things to do with games that you thought you could long move on from. There's always new stuff. There's another one. There's another one. Yes! And it's always the last one in the line! He's just lagging behind everyone else being like, guys, I put my pants on wrong this morning. Hang on, wait up. I gotta change my pants. Yoshi's coming this way. Oh my god, you guys are all done. I couldn't protect you. What am I gonna do with the rest of my life? And now he's killing the neighbors. And, oh lord, he coming. He coming. You coming with me. Into the stage terrain, and you'll know exactly which one to do. Assuming that you have common sense. It's not really such a common trait now, is it? Screw saying that, man. Okay, I got so tired of hearing that all the time when I was growing up. Just, you know, grown-ups thinking they knew what they were talking about, and being like, common sense isn't so common with today's youth, and I got so sick and tired of it, so never mind. Screw that, forget I said that. I'm never saying that again, I don't think. There'll be somebody to remind me of it whenever I say it in a video like 12 years from now and don't even know that I said it this one time, but then it's all gonna come rushing back to me being like, oh man, that was a huge deal to me back then, and oh my gosh, what have I become? What have I become? I don't even know who I am anymore. Yeah, it'll be a pretty horrible day for me when I do. Okay, I think I'll tell you that Yoshi's Woolly World had a very strange kind of release / development, and not just because it came out in Europe so much sooner than it did everywhere else, though I was so happy to tell you about all that anyway, but also the fact that, well, I guess not everywhere else. Japan counts, and so does Australia. It's just, you know, America doesn't count, I guess, which is why we got it so much later. What I'm trying to say is, this was announced very prematurely. It was announced in what I like to refer to as the emergency Nintendo Direct, where the Wii U did not sell as intended for that holiday season, so they pretty much announced every single AAA title except for Splatoon, Mario Maker, and Tropical Freeze that was going to come out. Like, they announced Smash 4 without any footage, saying it'd be at E3 that year. They announced Super Mario 3D World without any footage, saying it'd be at E3 that year. They announced Breath of the Wild. This was in early 2013, by the way. They announced Breath of the Wild, they announced Xenoblade Chronicles X, and they announced Yoshi's Woolly World. However, when it was first shown off, it was a completely different... Hi, where'd you come from? It was a completely different game from what we saw. Originally, Yoshi was going to start out as one piece of yarn, and by consuming enemies, he would be able to complete his body more and more, gaining access to more of his abilities as the levels would go on, until eventually, he would fill out into the crocheted form that we have all the time in the final game. It looked very different. There's all kinds of crazy ideas for it, and they don't even end there. There's actually more developer talks that have come out in years since, but I wanted to talk about this because we all thought Woolly World was canceled because of just how long it was taking to surface again, and all they had to say about it for at least a year and a half was the stock response of, we have nothing to announce regarding that game at this time. It didn't even have a finished title. It was just simply known as Yarn Yoshi, and like many people, I refer to it as Yoshi's Epic Yarn because I thought that was cute. Yeah, it went through all that, and a lot of people thought that it was canceled in favor of Yoshi's New Island because, to give an idea of how long it took for us to get any concrete info on this past that first Nintendo Direct, Yoshi's New Island was announced, dated, and released for some time before this one surfaced again. It was that long. So it was not hard to see why people thought it was canceled, because why would they have two Yoshi games in the pipeline at the same time? And on top of that, my personal theory was that this entire game ended up having its assets reused for the Sonic Lost World stage, the Yoshi's Island Zone. Just because that kind of mysteriously surfaced out of nowhere, and I didn't see anything like that coming, so... Made sense. Game went missing in action. Suddenly a level in another game looks just like the assets shown off for this one. It made sense, but no, I think it was just that they really needed to sell some Wii U, so they were willing to announce absolutely every card they had in their hand at that point, because that's sort of what they did now in hindsight. If you ever want to see a direct with tons and tons of announcements, if you like looking back on those things, go back and look at that one. It's January 2014. What is this, a bonus video? No. Just wanted to tell this story because it's, I think, a shared experience that a lot of people have who are excited for this. Get me up there, please. It's got a little saddle and bridle and everything. His legs are even different colors, like horses are known for being. I'm proving that I know all of my scientific facts today. Anyway, there I go again. Next time on Poochie and Yoshi's Woolly World, using Yogurt Yoshi because the parents that I'm babysitting for are very concerned with probiotics. Starting off, these little wobbly feets belong to a Fluffin' Puffin. Ha! I'm your daddy now! Come with me, youngins! These Fluffin' Puffins will refill, topping off at 6 every time you go into one of these nests. And they're essentially eggs. You string them around the skies, strewing out their bodies, and then they just die. This situation is playing out like this. I am walking up with all of these little kids' best friends and then beating their father to death with their best friends, who also die in the process. It's pretty gruesome. Yoshi doesn't hold back. Yoshi means business. He wants to get back his friends who were skinned alive, and he is taking it out on these innocent civilians because I guess it's what you gotta do to be a sympathetic villain nowadays, I guess. Come here. Man, I like how I'm the guy who's all like, man, I don't know why people insert dark themes into Animal Crossing, you know, it's just such a happy game. Maybe they just want to look for something sinister under it when there's nothing there, and it's just kind of a want to be a realist. And then here I go doing this when it's just a cute stage about little baby birds that we're babysitting. Permanently. Okay. I wasn't kidnapping them, I was just permanently babysitting. I hope nobody has ever used that excuse in court, but I know it has to have happened at least once, because there's been a lot of people that have been alive in the history of this planet. Okay, Chompy, come on down. It's a lot better getting them this way, where you already know if it's something that's worth collecting or not. Granted, even with that buff, it seems like I still managed to miss 3 of them. Did I actually? Yeah! I suck! Blue. Couldn't help but think this reminds me of somebody I've seen before. In 3-6, amazing post pounding. I hope they're actually strewn out in the shape of an A. I'd really, really like it if they were. Don't let me down. Fluffin' Puffin Yoshi was chosen for the job because the Fluffin' Puffins were the darkest concept. Just going to slowly descend. Look at me. He's flapping his arms like a chicken. He really is a Fluffin' Puffin. All the way didn't help. I'm not gonna lie to you. I am stumped and don't remember how to get up there. But fear not, for I have a plan. It's a little out there, but listen. What we're gonna do is we're gonna throw this egg, and all that has to happen is that the child needs to be born in midair and lick the bow for us. And then sprout Yoshi wings and carry us up. It was worth a try. Okay, still yet to find that key. That's another puzzle that I gotta figure out the solution to, and I'm starting to wonder if maybe that door key is linked to what I need. 2 problems, that key and that sectioned off area could be linked? Gonna gamble. I'm thinking, boy. Well, that was a ripoff. Sheesh! What a slap in the face! I'm sorry if you already knew the solution to the puzzle, okay? This is, I think, the first time where I've genuinely forgotten a solution, and wow! If the last time that I said it didn't make me miss that power badge from the previous level, That sure as eggs did. Oh my god. What a... That's so mean. I guess the design philosophy says they just gave you an ability, so you're gonna be using it a lot to kind of see how useful it is. Wow, though. That was something. As well. Oh my god, that's horrific looking. He looks like Pepto-Bismol Yoshi. This reminds me of all those horrific drawings where they try to make Kirby look like a person or show him with human feet and hands. Somewhere under the rainbow. Things look very horrific because they're not over the rainbow. Fanciful oh, I have read this level descriptor before. Okay, well, I don't remember what the name is. Fanciful Fluff and Feathers. Joke's on you, people who didn't watch more than a minute into the video before leaving a comment telling me I did something wrong and that, oh no, you did read that? Now I'll know who you are. It's really no big deal. Okay. Not out to make you feel awkward about anything. Big yarn balls because I'm saving up for 40,000 beads for the 5th time. Has to be a cloud or a platform underneath me for me to try that. Yeah, it's just a bead. Who cares? I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't bring myself to do it. Okay, good. I feel better now. Sorry, it's something that I know that I need to seek some self-help on. It's just, I can't do it, man. I can't leave behind collectibles. It's not in my blood. I have so many people counting on me, saying that it'll bother them so much if I don't get it. Please, some of you tell me that it'll bother you so much so that I feel a little bit more justified in my bad habits. You're my enablers, don't you know? And common logic would say it is somewhere over here. Give me that. Not gonna fall for it. Making all sorts of puns, potentially intentional. But regardless, that is the end. I gotta do this. This is my last chance. Oh, okay. The slow frame rate was messing with me. I don't know what happened, but it... There's the woozy guy. Now he's just a woolsy guy. So carelessly left behind, does not have anything inside of it because of the badge that we're wearing. I'm taking quite a beating, actually. I'll go in there, and, come first. You are a hilarious enemy. You all think you're so cute, pretending to be your mom and scaring us off. These are called Peeplies, and the enemy that they all dress up as is called a Mrs. Cluck. They're eggshells, actually eggshells that have been drawn on. So I imagine that these cute little baby birds wanted to look tough, and they just came out of their eggs. They wanted to protect their mama, so they decided that, hey, what can we draw on that looks like our mama? Oh, I know, the eggshell that we just came out of. And then they just all get little crayons in their beaks and draw all over them. It's really cute and almost makes me feel bad for murdering them in cold blood. But, sometimes needs must, I suppose. They are such cute little things. They go down to 1 egg. It's not that bad. Only egg can beat egg, I suppose. Then we go on. They're all looking out for Yoshi, but they're looking in the wrong place. They're so precious, they really are. And you thought you were gonna hide a collectible from me. That's cute. Well, I got news for you. I've played a lot of video games. Doesn't sound quite as threatening when I say it out loud, now does it? All right, keeping that ego in check by reminding myself of what I actually am doing. Now, I gotta say, I think I make a pretty good egg beater. Unfortunately for you, I'm walking on eggshells. Oh no! Well, when I'm right, I'm right. I was really walking on eggshells there. First, the music sounds like SpongeBob. Now the bosses sound like SpongeBob. It's Mrs. Cluck. Yes. You eat away her pence, and then you beat her child while she is still pregnant with it. That's a new record for how abusive we are being to other people's children in this game, including our own. He does move around a lot. Hitting her with an egg will stop her. If you're... Ow!
Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Yoshi's Woolly World. Last time, we finished up all the required stages of World 3 by finishing off at Miss Cluck the Insincere's castle. And then we became Mrs. Cluck Yoshi ourselves.
I'll stop. This time! Go, 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 Yoshi! Goshi, Goshi! Worried I don't have enough eggs to actually do everything that they're demanding of me. Yes, knew that was gonna be a stamp. Still keeping up, still keeping up. And I guess now there's multiple Woolet Bills. I think maybe that's also why I like Fluffin' Puffins. Well, I barely made it. Not a new bonus room. Ba-ding, ha, ba-ding, ha, ba-ding, ha. Last hope. I gotta jump off of one of them when they're coming down. No. And there was the first collectible. Ah! Feel the anguish in my soul. Bounce off you, get precious little height, and then in comes the no! Come on, come on, don't do this! Oh my god! Okay, can I? Yes! Salvage it! They should call me Rex! Bland jungle type thing, and don't worry. I won't tell your friends if you cheat by walking over the water. I know that they'll tell you can't do that, but we're all friends here and we're fine. Monkeying round and round. I don't know about you, but for me, I got my first dog when I think I was 4 years old. And growing up, I really liked Rugrats, and I always saw Tommy Pickles riding Spike around, and I was thinking that, you know, when I was getting a dog, that's what I was signing up for, was I would be able to ride my dog all around. And then I was incredibly disappointed when I found out that you can't actually ride your dog. So Poochie's a good boy. He helps make my dreams come true, because when I was a kid, I always wanted to ride my dog. Heck, my parents told me I wasn't allowed to, didn't stop me from trying because I was a terrible 4-year-old who didn't think about what that would actually mean for the dog. Well, over here, and I'ma grind you into dust. I said I'ma grind you into dust. I grinded him into dust. There that is. The dog died, I guess. Looks like it's the coming back and backtracking game for us. Still looking at the back of this thing and thinking about what those colors are meant to represent. I'm coming up with nothing, but it's reminding me of how much I want a GameCube dev kit. They go for crazy amounts of money, but the GameCube dev kit, hear me out, I think is one of the most beautiful pieces of gaming hardware ever, and it sucks that they never made them commercially available. They're this really kind of dark emerald green, and it's such a pretty color. They pop up on the secondhand market because developers often kept them for themselves and didn't send them back. A lot of the times when Nintendo recollected them, they just kept the controller for themselves and sent back a generic GameCube controller. They're so gorgeous, and it's awful that they hoarded them all for themselves as development hardware only. If you're gonna have if you're gonna have dev kits that are gonna be visually indistinguishable from, or that are supposed to be visually distinguishable from the normal hardware, at least make it look hideous so we don't feel bad for missing out, all because, what, we couldn't afford $10,000 for an SDK license? I don't know. Maybe it's something I'm bitter about that no one else is, but I've always wanted one of those. They're so pretty. Maybe you could transplant a GameCube into a custom shell that would make it look just like one? Perhaps? Not sure. Going from GameCube to Jungle Yoshi. Do you perhaps have a relation to Safari Yoshi? Because when I think of the Safari, I think of rainforests and savannas and those sorts of places. Do you perhaps feel that way, or are you just a native to this area, where the Jungle Yoshis blend in with the jungle as a way of avoiding their natural predators? Monkeys. Hey guys, do you see me? I heard we're playing peekaboo here today, so I'm trying to get real good so I can get into enough practice before it comes time for the real thing. You gotta know thy enemy. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Yoshi's Woolly World. I believe we're out of Yoshis to play as. I don't know, I could be wrong. So now we're gonna scan an amiibo that is a character that I think my time playing as them I'm feeling hidden items. I was thinking about maybe power up ground pound, but that just sounds really nice right about now. Is there gonna be a Lakitu in the first 3 seconds? 1 Mississippi 2. Ah, you cheated. You auto-scrolled. The mechanic of this stage is that there are these... I don't judge. All calories are good calories for making offspring. Ooh, egg refill station, basically. Thank you. Which is totally a loading zone, so the game has enough time to prepare the next area. You're so lucky you're not Metroid Prime, or I could do some really messed up stuff by taking advantage of that. Oh, alright. There's gotta be one of these in everyone now, doesn't there? They give you a flutter jump, there's gotta be one. Well, it's time to go on. I gotta say, actually, this level is a really good example of something that I have to praise this on that's not immediately obvious. I cannot tell you how relieved I was when I played this for the first time and the levels didn't have time limits. I know that that sounds completely silly for me to praise something on, or for me to worry about not being the case, but hear me out. One of my biggest disappointments with Super Mario 3D Land, which I think is a fine game otherwise, is that the levels have time limits and it's a 3D platformer. Didn't like that. Didn't care for the new Super Mario Bros. Games having it either. Didn't like how Super Mario 3D World had them. They had this weird obsession during the Wii U and 3DS era of putting time limits in all of their games, anything that was a platformer. Even if it was a 3D platformer, and it was based around exploring a big, great big, wide open area that is like, hey, buddy, remember playing Mario 64 as a kid? Yeah, this is just like that. It's a great big sprawling savanna. Come out, explore me. And then, nope, there's a time limit. You can't do that because it's instant death if you actually stop and smell the roses, even though exploring the world is one of the best things about non-linear platformers. This isn't a 3D platformer per se, but just the fact that they're big, maze-like levels to roam around in, there's lots of secrets everywhere, I would not have put it past them. And I was so glad that out of that whole era, finally there was a platformer that didn't have time limits thrown over everything. Couldn't stand that about this era. One of my least favorite things about the Wii U era, and I never see anyone complain about it. But it's not so for this game. This game's different. This game's better than that. I approve. What are you, Bumblebee Yoshi? Lakitu Yoshi. Yes, because bumblebees have the stripes around their eyes and have white butts. Oh, he has the... That looks really funny. The Lakitu Cloud's eyes are on his crotch to show that he has a cloud. That's cute. Yoshi! This is a lungefish, or lungefish, yes. They're very, very big enemies, but don't be fooled by their size. You see them off screen, they just kind of shifty eye, and then one egg kills them. One. There's letdown, and then there's you. As long as you're still jumping. Ouch. I guess by default, first there's letdown, then there's you, then there's me. Think before you speak, me. Think before you speak. Pretty clever. You guys come out of a purple pipe. I guess that means you get your pigmentation from your mother's side? And you're showing me that all the way up here is just some beads. That's a little bit of a letdown. It's kind of making some good progress on 50,000 beads there for a while, but it wasn't meant to be. I was gonna say it wasn't meant to be. You cut me off. You ruined the timing of my joke that wasn't even funny in the first place. Now I'm extra pathetic. Give me that. Right on up. And up we go. Oh, no. Oh, I'm out of eggs. I'm out of eggs. I'm out of eggs. Man, for an enemy that I called kind of pathetic, and I stand by that they are not nearly as threatening as they look, sure I'm having a rough time. Time for a transformation. Guys, I promise this is an auto-scroller. I actually do know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Surprise, surprise. I actually did know. We're rolling down the river. Oh, just for that. Just for that. Just you come back here, mister. Okay. How about that? Yeah. Arr! We have taken our first prisoner! Aye, Captain! Capitu, yes, because I am a Lakitu Yoshi. I'm Capitu. And I cannot collect that. I am very bad at hoarding treasure, but I can get oh my god, no! Saw that coming and I could do nothing about it. Because I actually used that trick before. In tight spots, remember, turn 2 eggs into 6 very quickly. Just throwing up 2 eggs is really easy. You are... Well, your life is my prisoner now. Okay, now. Alright, yeah. Now we have a prisoner aboard the ship, me hearties. Piranha plants, you're kind of the... Oh my god, he was struggling to get free and screaming because he wasn't gonna make it in time. That's really sad. Eat the wood! Eat the wood! Eat the wood! I'm a big fan of the purple. 4 attempts. My cat is a great chef. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Yoshi's Woolly World. Last time, we went rolling down the river about 8 separate times, because that's as long as it took to get it right, and I will spare you hearing me sing that 8 different times. 1 is enough for a lifetime. And apples are stronger than the stone this castle is made out of. Yeah, I said it. Have you ever seen a car collide with a tree? The car doesn't win very often now, does it? And, you know, what's a car made out of? The ore that is mined from stone. And what is apple made out of? Well, it's made from trees. Yeah. So, therefore, apple stronger than... Oh, no. Stronger than... Oh, no. I saw where that was going. Which was true. Oh. Even the shells die instantly in water. No. Oh, no. No, I can't ground pound. Oh, wait. What am I doing? I can just do that. No. So much easier if I could just throw my eggs at you. Or you can't throw eggs while you're underwater. Never mind. So that's doubly not helpful. Go all the way up. And there better be a switch up here and not a ceiling of spikes. Otherwise, I'm screwed and Kamek totally just won through a genius play that I would never seen coming. Nope. He's not quite that good at his job. Oh, no! Never mind. He lulled me into a false sense of security by thinking that I was in the clear because he didn't go for the obvious instant wind trap, but he put that cheap jeep in such a brilliant place that it would cause me to bounce into the spikes. We're up against a mastermind here. Oh ho! That's awfully suspicious. Poochie, investigate! That is your new trick for today. You are a good investigator. I shall hire you next time I am missing somebody. We're back on the 3DS version now that I've got things all queued up for us. Because it's time to go into Poochie's hut and see what he's been up to. I don't know what this is gonna mean for Poochie. I'll bring him in for 500. Sound like I'm playing Jeopardy over here. Alright, pay to win business model. We got curtains to deal with. I need a guy who knows curtains really well. Preferably someone who knows them so well that he wears one every day of his life. Marth Yoshi! Green to show that it was about to go. Oh no. There's the last flower! The curtain expert wasn't able to do it. So how about a Yoshi that's made entirely of curtains? I hope that's what you are. Camo Yoshi. The camo helps him blend in with the curtains. They'll never see him coming when he climbs all over them. Oh no, I had the last one. Okay, so he'll... Give me you. Getting these beads. Look at me getting these beads on frame 1 after they spawn into the world. Speed running over here. Except probably not. Oh, whoa, okay. That was a good shot. Wow. Yep, I'm willing to bet there was one in that bunch that I missed, so it's all for naught at this point. But that's okay. All for naught. and we're made of wool. Yeah. There's our costume. I'm curious to see what this Yoshi's gonna look like. I doubt you could... As the cleanup crew for this mission, as... janitors work at nighttime, I have just experienced the scariest horror that one can experience. I went to go scratch an itch on the top of my head, and I realized that when I washed my hair this morning, I didn't get the shampoo out of the very top, so my hair is all hard and... So it's all frilly smelling, but crusty and gross at the same time. It's the way to get back to door X!
Oh, Yoshi's afraid! His idle animation has him shivering and looking around, not sure what to think of what's going on.
And,
Do you know about Mellow Mode? It gives Yoshi wings and lets him pick up more hearts, and generally lets you play at a more leisurely pace. You can select Mellow Mode from the pause menu at any time.
well, it's official! I canonically suck now! I've given this room so many once-overs, so many twice-overs, so many 3 times-overs, and I admit it, I had to look it up. I could not find this flower for anything. It's not, well, we gotta go find another Yoshi that knows lots and lots about wood. Oh, and believe me, I know for a fact that this one has lots of experience in that field. It's not compatible! I was gonna scan Daisy. When an amiibo's not compatible, you get Amiibo Yoshi, which is just wearing a white Amiibo shirt. Well, I guess you could say I got boned. Okay, fine. By the power of imagination, that's who it is. It can be a little bit unwieldy, hence why I kept thinking I was screwed as a kid. I'm not picking very good choice words here. And I guess as we go up this tree, now we're playing the sequel, Yoshi's Woody World. And, yeah, actually, you know what? I had the title of this game wrong for years. I've been wanting to tell this story for a while, I just haven't really had a good opportunity to, but I misspelled it. I was spelling Yoshi's Woolly World with one L. I found out about this while doing research for this series and doing things like watching speedruns and whatnot. You're probably going like, well, come on, didn't you read the title screen? Yeah, I did. I read it with one L because when your mind thinks something is spelled a certain way and all the letters are present, it just kind of autocorrects things, and it's a really interesting effect. So even though I'd seen the title tons of times, I was excited for it as it was coming out. I saw it on release schedules, I looked at the title screen, and at even 100% of the game, I managed to 100% a game without actually knowing what the title was. That's gotta be something not very common. I remember I voiced this on Twitter, saying that I have an upcoming Let's Play where I actually didn't know how to spell the game, and that I probably saved myself thousands of angry comments by figuring that out. And some of you actually guessed that it was Yoshi's Woolly World at the time because you did the same thing. You know, all of us, we can just kind of rejoice in the fact that we had the exact same problems. Yeah, it's 2 L's. Surprisingly, I had nobody tell me that I spelled the game wrong when looking at the titles of my videos, so it definitely is one of those autocorrect things. But yeah, it's 2 L's. I remember that when I had it spelled with 2 L's, I said, no, dude, it's only spelled with 1 L. And then they were like, no, it's not. Woolly's a word. And I'm like, no, it's not. And then they told me about wild and woolly, woolly mammoth. I thought woolly mammoth was like a proper term, so it wouldn't count. Okay, there is something up there. Multiple attempts to get, or it's just generally been up in the difficulty on us. I wasn't kidding when I said things were hard at the beginning of this, and not just because they make you choose your Yoshi, and who can pick out of all these hundreds of Yoshis to collect and buy merchandise of that are all so beautiful and wonderful, and you must have them all, otherwise you're not a real fan of Nintendo games. Sorry, I'm still recovering from being an amiibo collector. You know how it is. At the end, because I knew I hadn't collected everything. Well, alright. It seems like repeat attempts are just kind of a running theme now, are they? We need somebody that's better at wood than an imitation Daisy. Oh god, that was horrible to say. No! I meant imitation because it's an amiibo Yoshi and not a Daisy Yoshi, not... I need to just never acknowledge her existence again for the rest of my days, because every time I mention Daisy, every time. Just trying to be careful to not do that. Well, I almost look cool. In their dying breaths, they release one final spore each, being all, come on, you can make it, live on, live, I'm giving my life to you, and then we're just crushing the entire population's hopes and dreams. Oh, for a flower! The world, no, a third of the world that I have praised. 3 levels in a row. Well, let's see if we can make it 4 now, as Leopard Yoshi dashes off toward Naval Piranha Sewer. I've always been kind of a connoisseur of these sorts of things, and sounds like Naval Piranha has as well. We'll take those out before they're a problem, and that was a new enemy. It is the less successful of Shigeru Miyamoto's plants with feet. It was a stalking piranha plant, because it, you know, stalks you because it can walk, and it's also a stalk because it's a plant. It's actually pretty cleverly named. Its name cleverness is on par with Pikmin, even if its success is not, so I gotta give him points for that much. Oh, I've been waiting for this one. World 5 and the Aurora shower curtains that sound a lot less cool when I call them that. Naval Piranha Yoshi, you go back into your own castle after I just skinned somebody alive and then molded his skin and organs in my own image and then called him my friend. Pull items to you with your magnetic force. Makes sense. My kids would have my genes. Now, no, Yoshi. Or Noshi. Being efficient with my syllables once again, / making puns. That'd be a good excuse. I'm not making bad puns. I'm just being efficient with my syllables. Get with the times. The fact that it's just 1 level is fine, of course, but ouch. This thing will bust your balls like nothing else has up to this point. And I ain't talking your yarn balls. Can I get that at all, maybe? Oh, God. Go, Yoshi, Yoshi. Gotta be efficient with them syllables right now. Yes, I do. Okay, give me a few more eggs. Thank you. No! Go up. Don't drop your egg. Just go. Oh, gosh, he's gonna bust through. He's just giving us a second. And then... Oh, this night sky has never looked so beautiful. Aw, he didn't die. He lived on as a very vicious, very mean, very red, very, if you touch me, I'm going to friggin' cut you, vine. How fitting for what his life was. Oh! I have never been so happy that I licked one of those because, wow, that would have been so awful if I was wandering around this stage for the next hour looking for that one collectible. I got through it in 3 tries, but at what cost? Other than the lives of 2 Yoshis. Throw it up. Oh, no. Throw it up. Yoshi, vomit now. Vomit like you've never vomited before. Come on, really? Oh, you can hit him with an egg. I mean, he comes back angry a few seconds later, so it might not be useful in all situations, but never thought to try that one. He even has the gall to stick his tongue out at me, so it's the last image I see before I die. Vomit Yoshi! There it is! There's the old vomit. I knew you had it in you. Because you had food in you, and that's kind of the same thing. And alright, we've made him a little... pushed him back a little bit. And then... Oh, I kind of don't know... Yes. Out of eggs. Please don't let that be a problem. Please... No! What a jerk! What a... No! I can't get out of this! I'm stuck in the... I can't believe that just... What? Okay, I guess at least now you know that's a possibility that... Stay out of the vines when they're growing, because they don't mess around. Already had that. Come on. No, come on. Get it. Give me it. Oh, God. Okay. Go up. Don't care. It's a stupid Miiverse stamp. Who gives a crap? Not I, not Nintendo, not anybody after the initial E3 presentation! Frickin' bye! I should have thrown an egg before that. I should not have chanced that even in the... Oh, God, I should not have chanced that even in the... No! No! You are not getting me today! I don't know if that vine can interrupt you though, but if it can, who can? That's really bad. But I don't care anymore. I'm done. I've done my time. All of you wanting good Nintendo 64 replacement joysticks, you'll have to pry it out from this Yoshi's chest. It's the only thing keeping him alive. He kind of looks like Iron Man. Oh, actually, I was about to do my whole spiel, and then I realized he has the control stick on the center of his body, and then his arms are the other two prongs on the control. That's really clever. Wow. And it just took the thing popping up on the side for me to notice. Anyway, hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Welcome back to more Yoshi's Woolly World. Last time, we got one step closer to the forbidden land of the dresser by opening up World 5, even though it had been open up for some time still. For sake of the bonus stage, we're pretending like it was only opened, and cover look go into this ground to make it all fluffy and snow-like. It is all very pleasing, and oh, wait, that wait, Shy Guys and Patooey Piranhas are genetically related? It's officially canon now? What? Okay, I don't want to know how that reproductive process goes, and apparently that also means that Shy Guys have those masks from birth, and it's a normal organic part of their body. Very strange implications, but we got the sun rising on this day. It just sounds like it wants to sell you something. I don't know, it's really weird. Poochie, you're not a hot dog, so please don't get near me. Oh, whoa. Even he didn't like that pun. Oh, okay. You can light them again by... good thing I don't listen to your sense of direction, Poochie. I'm dreaming of a world where I can see invisible objects when there's ice cubes to break all over the screen, and I'm not even remotely attuned! I like to think that my horrible singing is what triggered the avalanche that caused this thing to chase after me, because that'd be some good karma right there now, wouldn't it? Oh god, oh no. I'm not like that. I think that it's very challenging, it's very interesting, it has a lot of creative level design, but there is something that I've been waiting to talk about, and I think kind of a slower stage like this would be a good opportunity to do it. There's something that I don't love about this game that I think is a pretty big deal, and I didn't want to mention it too soon because I kind of wanted you to form your own opinion on it. It's the story. Now, I'm not saying that a Yoshi game needs a great, big, epic, involved plot about Yoshi being in the mob and being on the run from the IRS or anything crazy like that. No. I understand that it's a Yoshi platformer, and they are not big on story when I say that. However, if I may compare this to a very similar game made by the same developers just a few years earlier, by the way, Kirby's Epic Yarn had a very simple plot that didn't feel like a very simple plot because it was, you know, it was just a simple saving the world kind of thing, and it wasn't really all that involved. However, you had cute moments with the characters every few levels where you'd get to see what they were up to. You'd get to see loads of things, just them being cute and things to go awe at, and it made you care about the characters a lot more. Oh my god, what has happened? I should never know what these guys look like from the front! Okay, good, I don't have to see them from the front anymore. Aha! Oh no! No! I have seen forbidden knowledge, and for it I have to be killed! There's your involved dark story about Yoshi. World that you're from. Next up is 5-4. Time for the Fortress. I can't believe I didn't make that pun earlier. Big Montgomery. Okay, fine. A rehashed boss needs a rehashed Yoshi. Let's see what you got for me, Amiibo Hut. Besides, anything to make me have 69,000 beads. See? Yeah. We got some slip sliding away right away. Hey, I guess you could say the doctor is making a house call to this boss. Too easy. Okay. Piranha Plant, which of time. Oh, whoa, okay. Well. Ha! Thought you were gonna get me? Nope. I got a PhD. go. Get in there. Spit out things all over. I got it now. Yeah, it is. Okay, whatever. Oh, they were having a snowball fight before we murdered them. That's what my enemies get for having a good time while my friends have been decapitated. You can't fry the eggs to get them out of the egg basket, unfortunately. I made sure to tell this timeline snowman that he is loved too. Ever wonder what cooked monkey tastes like? I'm sure it's legal in some country or some kind of fine delicacy in another, beyond just merely being allowed. Shy Guy, you are guarding. Well, you were supposed to be guarding, and then you fell asleep on the job. That. If you hit that with an egg, it comes on down. And you know what? I'm in such a good mood, I'm gonna tell you a joke. I can hear you groaning already. How does Yoshi make eggs? He pushes them out of his... I love doing stuff like that. Hey, it's Chomp Rock. Been a while since we've seen one of you. Not like it'll be that much of a pain. Oh, wait. Lakitu's back. Lakitu's back-a-two. Thank you. Look at this wind chill passing by Yoshi. It's killer. But you'll brave anything for those early morning doorbuster deals. When I said I didn't remember there being all that great of music after the... I'm going to exist in the real world because they're gonna make merchandise of me! Mega Yoshi Smash! Mega Yoshi Crush! Mega Yoshi laugh at what you call invincibility from my normal moveset! It's okay, I am going to sustain this form for another 20 seconds! It'll be enough to destroy this world, yes it will. There's nothing there. Ground pound, ba-ding, ha! Or sorry, ba-ding, ha, as he probably sounds right now. There's this Paratroopas. What was that even about? Also, shoutouts to this having a mountain look on the level select, yet it's just all enclosed within a box. Not sure why that's the case. That's 3 and 5. 4 was missed somewhere in the middle. Okay, this door. And there's some beads over there that have yet to be found. I think it... Oh, that's dirty! That is dirty birdie! That is so mean! And, it looks like... Oh, there's a plat... No! What?! I no longer have number 3. That's what we call a Mega Man death. To the door. And, aww. Cheap enemy placement once again. Okay, no, I could have seen it coming. I realized it like a second too late. It was all my fault. It's cold out here. I could use pants. Oh, that's better. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy with Bumpty, and... Alright, you. I'm gonna make you live up to your family name, and I'm gonna bump you into that cloud! Man, what a sad existence. The fact that he actually died against hitting a cloud. That has got to be some... That is some grade A frailty coming from the kid who always got picked last in PE as a kid. I think I know frailty very well, and if I'm saying that you've got it, oh, you've got it. I missed that so many times. Now, I have to tell you the truth about Bumpties. They don't care about anything, their expression never wavering. If you kill them or they kill you, it matters not to them, because they're Bumpties. They are incapable of feeling, which is why everything just bounces off of them. Well, now it's starting to pick up a little bit. I ask and I shall receive. Okay. Wow, I like how the pit moved up with us. That was really nice. I was thinking that I was in serious trouble, but I guess not. More hidden beads that I also missed. Well, yes, had a feeling. Hurts. But there was a melon behind you. And that melon shows us that even in the face of fiery watermelony death, their expressions are still never changing. Even when frozen in ice. Hey guys, what's up? Oh.
Hey, you in the parka! Send this Yoshi back to the Ice Age!
tell me or not. He fakes you out on the last one, and oh no. Push him! Push him! Blow on his shoe! Come on! No. Oh, I had fire! What am I doing? I said I'd spare him after that. Whatever! I'll use an egg for the last hit, and it's almost like beating him normally like I was trying to. There he goes! This is it. The forbidden land of the dresser. That doesn't look so bad. 5-S because it's a star. Here. 5 sides. Yoshi's curtain call. Oh! Yes! I said the opposite of what it actually was. Wow, alright. I remember this one. This is a good level. Oh, yeah! I'm not worried about this one. I'm gonna have fun playing it. No wonder I didn't remember, like, anything other than, I guess it's hard. Before, and yeah, I'm proving that I'm getting more awkward with time. These sequins falling are a nice touch. They're kind of like rose or flower petals. Actually, yeah, they are kind of reddish, kind of like rose petals. And with an artistic angle on things, time for the dimensional vortex swirling out of my ass. Whoa, that's some serious indigestion there, Yoshi. Here we go. I'm not gonna tell Yoshi about how unstable the floor is right now, and neither should you. Hanging by a thread. Or a 5. I have to say, he really did a good job. We haven't had enough puns lately, and you'd really think a punsmith such as myself would be a lot more crafty with the world presented before me, as there are many opportunities. Yoshi's Woolly World! Last time, we finished up World 5 by taking down the boss and the special stage. This time, we're in the alternate dimension, hiding deep within the depths of one's uncleaned, messy dresser that they just threw clothes into for the longest time, never doing anything else. Storages look like they form a heart. Aw, how nice of them to be so welcoming to us into their evil lair. Well, this time, the information that I wanted to share that I appreciate you guys sharing with me is that, I was linked to an interview where they brought up the fact that there are no Pokemon Yoshis. Which I thought was very strange and very indicative that they just couldn't secure the rights, because they have all these third-party characters and yet they don't have Pokemon suspiciously. The answer that they gave was kind of a lame non-answer, that they had to carefully consider which characters would transition well into being a Yoshi, and they weren't able to come up with good designs for all of them. I don't agree. I think that it's very clear that they just couldn't get the rights to it, and it's just kind of a PR answer. I can't prove that, obviously, and it is straight from the horse's mouth, and by the horse, I mean, Takashi Tezuka. That's what I get for calling the series creator a horse. Kind of wanted to know how the nutrients in a spider's body are put together to form spider webs. I've heard that a strand of spider web is actually more durable than a strand of steel that is the same thickness. So it always made me curious, like, how their bodies put that together. I don't know, maybe the inside of their abdomen is really creepy looking and I don't really want to know the answer. I'm not overly afraid of bugs, though. Spiders have always been welcome in my house, just so long as they don't bite me, and I know the chances of that are very low, and they're actually very good for the environment. I like spiders, I truly do. They make fixtures in your house that look like Pac-Man. This may or may not be scientific evidence of that being an actual true statement. Ouch! Perfect! Parfait! And then I'm going back for that one bead. Because I feel bad for calling it a nothing, okay? It wasn't even a Meaver stamp, so it was a less than nothing. It was like 0.1% of a badge. There that is, all the Wonder Wool. Egg Stitch Mountain. I have no idea how useful this is going to be, but the all-you-can-eat ice watermelon is yet to be used, and I've said that I've always wanted to eat an ice watermelon, so I'm living out my dream vicariously through Yoshi. I'm just telling all of the awkward stories about myself today, though, so, up until, like, a couple of years ago, I didn't know what vicariously meant. I thought it meant happy. So, I told somebody to live vicariously through me when I was offering to buy them a present, and I was calling them poor in the process of doing it, and I felt so awful, because I just thought, you know, vicarious meant, like, vibrant and happy, because It sounds so much like it, and wow, Yoshi being Mach speed, he's able to freeze bullets in their tracks by breathing on them. Like I said, his speed is relative. He's like a rabbit where, I bet he's like a rabbit where if you see him at actual speed, he always looks like he's hyperventilating. Okay, oh, you? Sounds like some kind of gangster where it's like, hey, snag stitch, I brought in Yoshi. Where's my reward? I don't know, probably just me. There's a lot of just me things, aren't there? I cannot get to it because I need more. Well, give me you. Let's grind eggs for a little bit. Making a dark pipe. Going into it and finding an opportunity to transform. First, I get to eat icy watermelons. Now I get to live my dream of transforming into... an umbrella. This is me we're talking about. I'm a little out there. Let you go free. Yeah, they go from looking so angry to just being like, okay, Yoshi, I'll be good. Their voice is funny because they have their tongue sticking out. And, anything over this way, maybe? Yes! That looked a little bit too suspicious there to not be something, and it's just telling me where I was going anyway. Last time, so began the treacherous trek through World 6. A place that exists deep within the recesses of your messy, unorganized dresser, and a place where such peasants would leave colored pencils on the floor! Quite a nightmare for the OCD-infested people such as myself, who would play platformers with this many collectibles to find. This time... Come on, buddy! Where are you just staring there licking the floor? Come on, Pooch. Thank you. Poochie? Poochie, come on up. Good boy, good boy. Why do you want nothing to do with this section? I wanted to use you as a... Okay, maybe the developers went out of their way to make it so you can't use them as a stepping stone there because it breaks the level design, but... if that's the case, where am I actually supposed to go? Because I didn't see a way forward up here. I can't reach that... I'm quick to give up, aren't I? I am the worst kind of person to design games for, I'm sure. Oh, no, no. I thought Poochie was going to stop him. Thought he was, but he's not. He's immune to lava in pretty much every other situation, so I think it was fair to expect that. Man, Poochie is mightier than lava, yet you draw a smiley face on it and he suddenly can't handle it any longer. All right, no, Poochie! Take... All right, I gotta say it. I'm sorry. This choice of badge, man, I really screwed the Pooch on that one. Not you, Poochie, not you. No. All right. There's number 1 without number 2. Okay. Going back. Get that. No! I couldn't do it! I guess I could have walked back. Come on! Poochie, I'm sorry. I can't say that I don't love him anymore. Grab items with Yoshi's tongue. That sounds really nice, actually, being able to grab stuff from a distance. Poochie, enjoy a nice long nap. And no, I don't mean I'm offing him. I could never. Did you know that you suck? We just wanted to make extra sure that you knew that you sucked. Because there's a distinct possibility that you didn't know that you sucked. Maybe you thought dying was a good thing and was the objective of the game. You sure have been doing it enough up to this point. We just wanted to make extra sure that you knew, okay? If we didn't spell it out for you on screen, maybe you'd go your whole life not knowing. Attempt number 2. It occurs to me that I was wrong about the canonical door number 1 being on the left because that's how you count. And that means, at least to me, there are 2 distinct possibilities for why things happened the way that they did. Number 1, the developers didn't know how to count. Number 2, the developers were Japanese. It's probably one more than the other. Oh, God! Ah! I don't know what's come over me in this level. I don't particularly dislike this level. I didn't really think any of the challenge was unfair. Wait, I only have 2 flowers? Where's the other 3? Where would they even be? Wow, like I was saying, I don't know what came over me. I was about to say, I don't hate this level, at least I didn't think I did, and you know, I didn't think the challenge was unfair. I think it definitely should be hard because it's toward the end, but for whatever reason, this thing's just got its finger on my trigger and it ain't letting go. No innuendo meant. No! I have done this so many times. Yes, checkpoints do exist. The evil monster lurking in the back of your messy dresser comes ever closer. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. Not Wing the Koopa. First time we fought him. Very memorable. Unlike anything we'd ever seen up to that point. The whole 3D thing put a very interesting spin on things, I would say. Think I'm letting you get past here? Well, think again. My friend here should help you get your head out of the clouds. Kamek, you know the clouds are below us right now, so that means that my feet are gonna be in the clouds. Oh, God! He is packing heat. You better look out. He just took out the neighbors. I don't know. Well, there he goes. He goes on down. Collectibles is that. Okay, not quite as bad as I thought. I'm doing double duty with this Koopa shell. Don't read too far into that wording. I didn't complete a run of this. I'm scared. Hold me. Or hold Poochie. He's way softer. Whoa, 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 whoa. That is some serious assault charges, I'll have you know. I'm a dog. You can get in serious trouble for that. Oh, what even is this? Oh my God. They mean business in this final world. They're not playing any games anymore. Just look at that over there. They put fabric on a lamp, even though their mommy told them not to. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy. He's a big boy. He can now take himself out whenever he needs to go. This time, woohoo! We're taking Bubblegum Yoshi into the sparkling gem that is Yoshi, the terror of all boos. He was the greatest enemy all along. Never saw it coming because he always seemed so happy. It was merely the illusion of the art direction. Yoshi, and they look so sad to be used as a platform. They're like, I didn't sign up for this when I rose from the grave. Yeah, so it's a pretty clever idea right off the bat. Oh, there's something back there. There's something in there. There's something in that wall. There was already a perfectly fine name for essentially the same thing, kind of similar to how there's Fluffin' Puffins, but also another enemy called Huffin' Puffins, and yet they're the same, just one's made out of cotton and the other is, well, made out of water and organs and stuff. Up top, you know, some people, they look better dead than they do alive. I need to think before I speak. Whoa, Yoshi doing like the tippy toes right there was really funny looking how he was running into the wall and not able to go into it, and he just kind of had to make his feet work together somehow. I have a scary ghost story to tell you. The history of Boo's Japanese name is something terrifying that I hope that I never have to come into contact with at any point in my entire life. Boo is named Teresa after the wife of Takashi Tezuka, series director and one of the masterminds behind Super Mario World. His wife is normally incredibly timid, one of the most quiet, shy people that anybody had ever met. Yet, during the development of Super Mario World, there was a night where he came home very late from work due to how much work was going into the game. And from coming home late, she turned into a completely different person, just unleashing Armageddon on him for not calling, not telling her that he was going to be that late, and she just exploded on him. And after telling the story to Miyamoto, the two of them came up with the idea to name Boo after her, which I think is pretty funny. Wait, how am I supposed to get that? How am I supposed to get that? How am I supposed to get that? Oh, no, 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 no. You do not do that to me. I am allowed to make all the puns I want in the presence of the undead. You know, I missed 4? Where were the 4 even? Stop it, jeez. I was saying that I had said I was going to give more punny names to the Yoshis, and I haven't really been doing that so much lately. So, Rob Yoshi, I'm gonna shorten you to Master Roshi. Bounce off of you, claim my prize! I have collected 5 more pieces of flesh! Ooh, spooky Yoshi! You match the level icon better than the level! Well, it's one of those where it's gotta be a three-peat, and oh, they're like little smiley faces, except they're unhappy and dead. Hey everybody, it's Chuggaaconroy! Welcome back to more Yoshi's Woolly World! Last time, we told spooky stories of other people's wives in somewhat of a haunted house that was disguised as a jewel. Good way to get people to go into your haunted house so that you may haunt them for possessing traits seen as undesirable by those that have lived and been wise. This time, we're just going into a land of Velcro and having some nice, silly fun. By jumping up, you're able to dodge roll on it, so your mobility is actually not very limited. I'm talking about this like this is a shooter or a fighting game or something. But, I don't know, maybe they'll design a stage around it in Super Smash Bros. One day, and we won't have just a generic Woolly World level. And, whenever that happens, you can thank me for giving you the hottest tips, months before Zero was able to even make a video on them. So, enjoy. Come on. Yeah, there we go. That should illustrate the point quite nicely. Give me that. And I gotta be honest, I actually don't know what these guys are called. They look like some kind of freaky mascot head that you'd wear on your head when you're just trying to scare people, and I guess at a rally or something, and it's not really the mascot for any sort of sports team. It's just supposed to look really stupid. He's like, that's what I think of you for talking about me like that. I'll have you know that I have very good spirit, even if my face is kind of dopey and I got buck teeth and a tooth around my eye, it looks like. I guess I'll call him an eye tooth then. Well, just gonna keep going. This is a pretty straightforward one, and I gotta say, in a world where everything is dominated by mazes, I appreciate this being very easy. Speaking of easy, I'm into this. Wow, that's stirring. You got bigger spools going on. It's getting more extreme. Extreme knitting. That's what this world is. Extreme knitting. I mean, if knitting supplies were the corpses of your friends, then that would be pretty extreme knitting, I have to say. Give me all that. And then we got more ahead. It's like some kind of factory. I gotta wonder if there's like a factory out there for a material, and like the factory itself, like the machinery is made out of that same material. Refining metal. I always like answering my own questions where I'm like, oh, I wonder if anyone's ever thought this, and I'm like, yeah, there's 7.5 billion people, so probably yes. And then it hits me like a truckload of bricks. Come on. Thinking about that thing not showing you everything all the time. Well, there's our Yoshi to help us in getting that last collectible, considering that he's native to these lands. Or at least he's been native to this land since the day he was skinned alive. He should know his way around it pretty nicely. He should be able to give us the help that we need. I can't be the only one who thought this. For pretty much my entire childhood, I thought Kamek was a girl. Like, I can't be the only one who thought that, because... Okay, let's, oh. I keep not meaning to actually hit Kamek, though, but I just am being such a complete jerk to him. But anyway, yeah. I thought Kamek was a girl. Because, you know, looks like a witch, has like a voice that's like, which reminds me of Twin Rova, and just kind of witches in general. I don't know, I thought that's what Kamek was supposed to be. Kamek's also been portrayed as being a nanny of a certain character, and I mean, I've babysat kids before too, but just the character design together with the voice and, you know, how witches are typically portrayed, I thought Kamek was a girl for most of my childhood. I don't think I realized Kamek was a boy until I was like 18 or 19 years old. It took me that long to realize it. I'll plop you off of that. Oh, you actually lose health. Is your health meter tied to mine? Because if so, that was a really bad choice, and I am really proving that I am a real man taking out Kamek here today. I guess Kamek's also proving he's a real man, but okay, no, that was really bad. Okay, I won't be like that. That Cloud should feel so honored to have the Yoshi thrown at him. Not a yarn Yoshi, not like some kind of cheap imitation. No, the Yoshi got thrown at him. This is very confusing, actually. Internet video game playthroughs. Now, that's another Meaver stamp. We got some climbing to do. Give me your body. I wish to lick it. And then I wish to swallow. And then I wish to make a baby out of you. Is the life cycle of Yoshis. What is not culturally acceptable for us might be perfect customs for them. What? Jeez, Kamek is just getting the snot beaten out of him. No, he's getting the stuffing beaten out of him because of this game. Yeah, it's kind of funny. He just always flies in from off screen, and without even trying, I just keep pummeling him in the face, and there's nothing he can do about it. Like, it's kind of, I kind of feel sad for the guy. Like, I'm just minding my business, not even trying to hurt him, and I'll just happen to be standing on a platform in just the perfect way that I'll squash his face in from just playing. Case in point. Gosh, poor Kamek, man. I feel sorry for him. I mean, there's something to be said about heroes that just kind of annoy their villains to death and, you know, don't really actively try to fight them, but this is taking that to a whole other level, because I'm just kind of missing lots of flowers, and I should not have actually made that. That was really funny. Okay, well, I had hidden collectibles turned on, and yet it still wasn't enough. This is the second item I had to look up to be able to find. I admit it, not infallible. There are... Kamek got his revenge! No wonder I'm dying more. I'm playing as Kamek instead of Yoshi. We triumphed over Kamek, and as revenge for skinning all of our friends alive, we skinned him alive! And put him on as a suit on top of a Yoshi. And now we're masquerading around the world being like, "Hi everybody, I'm Kamek! I'm a stupid face! It's the only thing I can think of. Okay, I'm a Yoshi, so I never learned how to read. But I'm Kamek, and I sound like Teen Girl Squad!" This time, out of ourselves from what happened right there. We have tap taps right off the bat, you know, because they're baseballs. Gotta have your bad laughs about you, even in the face of danger. Yoshi's confused as to why it took a second for anything to happen. Scanning in a green yarn Yoshi amiibo. I guess I'll go right away, and we got pendulums made out of yarn balls. Been a long time since we've seen this mechanic, I think. There you go. He does eat the enemies, preventing us from getting over to him, but thankfully they were just black shy guys, not the color that we were looking for. That sounds like it has really bad potential to be racist, the way that I said that, and I swear that's not how I mean it, though, but not like anybody would think that that is the case. All right, blue shy guys, what we actually came for. There's the blue. I have to say, Bowser, you do not look good in the blue. It just occurs to me, this guy has the propeller on his pants, too. Oh, just the comic relief sidekick I need. Let me lick ya. I swear it'll only hurt for a second. Thank you. I might have taken your face off, but oh well. That's just how extreme kissing me is. After fighting with myself for quite some time, if I was remembering this correctly or not. Bring it on! Turning the blocks into random objects. I'm sorry guys, but you know, us crocheted folk are the sentient ones. You kind of more or less count as objects, I'm sorry. It is... Okay. And I have to ask, Bowser is made out of, you know, crocheted material. And the statue outside was also made of the same material. So, does that mean he's living in a flesh castle? I have to know the answer to this. I'm sorry. Like, is that what that actually means? And the fact that he wanted the skins of dead Yoshis to make his castle bigger. You know, I think that just further sells it home that this is incredibly disturbing when you think about it without the context of the art style. When you really think about everything up to this point, how I pointed out all these situations. Whoa, okay, I wasn't seeing that coming. All these situations that just make his plan so sinister and evil and vile and kind of disgusting when you really stop and think about it. This might be Bowser's most evil plan ever, you know? Skinning people alive so that he could build a castle out of it. I mean, at least what Kamek did, you know, he made a fleshy Bowser more fleshy by using flesh. You could argue that the proteins in it is just kind of the natural order of eating things, but yeah, it's a little bit disturbing when you think about what Bowser was actually wanting with all this stuff. I'm gonna jump over here. Some time to think about what he's done. How do you like that, Bowser? Not even good enough to just be bested by your World 1 2-bit villain that you sent to just guard a few Yoshis, but bested by the dog in the end. Okay, so, true story, and I can't believe this is real. As soon as I announced this game as a Let's Play, about a week later, I got audited by the IRS. It's like they knew! And for the sake of feeding the meme, yes, they found out that I owed more money.